Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever opened the PTE course speaking task, seen a process diagram and thought, what is this flowchart science experiment doing here? Don't worry. Today I'm going to completely break down how to describe the process diagrams in PTE course speaking test, and not just in any boring way. You will get super practical tips, full example and a strategy you can use for any diagram, even the weird looking ones. So buckle up because this is going to be fun, fast and full of value. Let's do this together. When we are talking about a process diagram, so what even is a process diagram? It means it shows a sequence of steps or stages. It tells you how something is made, how something works, or how something changes over time. You might see things like how coffee is manufactured, or you can see how water is purified, how plastic is recycled, or even how photosynthesis happens in plants. So these diagrams usually have arrows, boxes, or cycles, and your job is to describe what's happening step by step, clearly and fluently. Simple, right? So, what are you being scored on? In this task, you are scored on three things. The first one is content. Are you talking about the main steps? Are you covering the process clearly? That comes under content. And the oral fluency. Are you speaking smoothly without too many pauses or fillers? That comes under oral fluency. Then your pronunciation, whether your words are easy to understand. So it's not about saying everything in the image, it's about saying the right things in a clear and confident voice. So I have a 5-step strategy for process diagrams. Let's dive into the heart of this video. This is very important. I call it as SIT CP. Think of it like a secret formula. What is that? SIT CP. Let's break it down. S stands for start with the title. Tell the examiner what the process is about. The diagram illustrates the process of how paper is recycled. Even if there is no title, just use your observation to tell this. So you can say like this process diagram shows how water is treated and purified before it reaches households. And the next one is I. I stands for identify the stages. Look at how many steps are there. Are they labeled or are they numbered or they're in a circular way? Say how many stages there are. You can say, for example, there are 6 main stages in this process, starting with the collection of used paper and ending with the production of new paper rolls. The next one, T, stands for talk through the process step by step. So this is your core content, right? So you can start from the beginning, walk the examiner through it like a tour guide. First, used paper is collected and sorted manually, then it is transported to the recycling center. Right. So you can use these type of examples. You can also try using the sequence words like first, next, then, after, that, finally, in the last stage. So whenever we are explaining about the procedure, we usually use sequence words because that helps to understand it in a better way in a logical flow. Then C stands for connect with linking words. After the paper is cleaned, it is mixed with chemicals. Following this, the pulp is dried and flattened. I'm just giving you an example about the paper production. So you can use words such as following this, subsequently, in the next step, as a result, eventually. So try to use these type of linkers or connectors. And P stands for present the outcome or purpose. So finally wrap up with the end result. You can say like in the final stage, new paper rolls are produced and sent to stores for use. Again, I'm telling you, I'm just giving you an example. We'll see a detailed example in the later video. So here you just describe the whole process without panicking or sounding robotic. So here are the skills that you need to master. The first one is observation. Quickly scan the steps. Don't get stuck on small details and try to use the sequencing language as I told you before. Fluency, not fancy words. Don't pause to think of fancy words or complex words. Simple yet powerful. Use these type of very simple words. And confidence, even if you don't understand the signs, just describe what is given in the image. Just see it in the logical way and you can start explaining about it. Practice timing. You only have 40 seconds to speak, so practicing giving full answers with a timer. This is very important when you're practicing. Practice with a timer. So imagine this process diagram. Okay, you can just pause the video, take a pen and paper. You can draw this or you can just observe this, try to incorporate factors that I told you before and come up with your speaking response. Okay, so here it's about the coffee production, right? How coffee is produced. The first one is the coffee beans are harvested and then it is getting dried. The next step is beans are roasted. Next, it is grounded into powder. Later, they'll packed into jars. And finally, it will get delivered to stores. So remember, we are going to apply that SIT CP strategy. Remember that. And you can come up with your response. I will also show my sample response, how I made it. The diagram illustrates the process of how coffee is produced for commercial use. So I'm just giving the overall image information, right? So what is this diagram is about? It's about the coffee production. There are 6 stages in this linear process, beginning with harvesting and ending with delivery. First, ripe coffee beans are harvested from the plants by hand. Next, the beans are laid out and dried naturally under the sun. Once they dry, the beans are roasted at high temperatures to develop flavor. Following this, the roasted beans are ground into fine coffee powder. After grinding, the coffee is packed into airtight jars to maintain freshness. Finally, the packed coffee is delivered to retail stores for sale. In conclusion, this process transforms raw coffee beans into a ready to consume product through a series of simple but essential steps. Now you got it, right? Remember, we have used the SIT CP strategy here. So we have started with the title and then how many stages I have clearly mentioned there, and also about the process, right? Step by step. That's the core content. So what happened first, then, and later, and following the stages. And also, we have connected with the linking words. You can see here first, next, following this, finally, in conclusion, right? To make our flow smooth. And we have presented our outcome or purpose. We have wrapped up with the end results, right? So I'm telling here, in conclusion, this process transforms raw coffee beans into a ready to consume product through a series of simple but essential steps. Got it? So you can also practice the processes from daily life, like how you can make tea, how laundry is done, how food is ordered online. So if you can explain those fluently, then you can describe any diagram. Got it? Remember the SIT CP strategy. It would be very helpful for you. And that's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more PTE code tips. Bye bye.